This is Jack Eichel after the game in Buffalo last night. And this is the kind of NHL theater that I love.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to play it?
Yeah, play it.
Oh.
Good thing that it's over and you got through next.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy it's over. Let's move on.
Were you surprised at the level of intensity of the crowd? The moves?
That's about the loudest I've heard this place ever. Really, after it only took 7 years and me leaving for them to get into the game. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there was mixed. It was a nice tribute, and there was plenty of people here that were supporting me, and there was plenty of people here that were booing me. So they must just be booing me because they wish I was still here. I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, I'm not the first kid to deal with it, so just move on. And yeah, it was a tough game. Give them credit; they played hard.
Good thing that it's over and you got through next.
That's good.
And
that's good shit.
He said it's the loudest he's heard the building since he's ever played there. Now, Buffalo Sabres fans, we got to talk.
That's not true. The Leafs winning it in overtime. There were a lot of home.
That
fans
was
there.
yeah. No, we Buffalo Sabres fans, we got to talk. You guys saw it last night with the video, right? The video tribute that he had, and you heard the audio, right? Faisal Kamiza said this morning on Sportsnet on the highlights, he's like, the script says there was cheers, but I only hear boos.
Go ahead.
Now, I think it was mixed in the arena, but boos always sound louder anyway.
Yeah,
because it's the lower end of your voice. But there was a lot of boos.
It was 70-30.
I don't know that it was 70-30. I think we're more like 55-45.
Oh, you thought it was closer?
I thought it was real close.
Yeah.
In terms of booze, you think
booze
70% booze?
Yeah.
Oh, really? You thought it was that? Well, maybe. But it was a lot of booze, Jesse.
Yeah.
I agree with you
They
there.
did the video tribute very well because it wasn't the team essentially thanking him. It was the hospitals and the charities and the communities that he worked with doing the thank you messages.
So
it was very good.
So I want to talk to the fans that booed, and I want to talk to the Sabres organization for a second because both of you are in trouble. Both of you are grounded. I saw signs on the ice, and we saw it in the morning highlights too. One of them said, right on the ice, right where he was warming up, "Thanks for nothing, Jack." Saw some people who said nice things and forever Jack Eichel fans and all that stuff in Buffalo. So I want to acknowledge that there are good Buffalo Sabres fans, and then there are these people. For those of you that booed, I want to remind you of something. Jack Eichel left the Buffalo Sabres and is not their captain and is not their number one center anymore because the Sabres refused his request to do what he wanted with his body. The Sabres exercised their right, and they said, we would prefer that you fuse 2 discs in your neck together because we just don't know about this new surgery. Now, he was, let's rewind a little bit for Jack Eichel. Thanks for nothing, quote unquote, Jack Eichel. Need I remind you that he was drafted to a team that intentionally tanked in the worst way, was historically one of the worst NHL teams, not an expansion team, one of the worst non-expansion seasons we've ever seen to get somebody not named Jack Eichel.
And they weren't alone in that journey, but they were sure the best at it.
Do you remember the look on Tim Murray's face, general manager at the time, when he found out he would only get generational center Jack Eichel, not Connor McDavid?
Jack Eichel are the 2 most devastating words he's ever heard.
Do you remember Tim Murray's quote directly after?
No.
I'm disappointed for our fans.
Is that what he said?
When he didn't get the first overall pick, the general manager of the Buffalo Sabres looked morose and said, I can't hide it. I'm disappointed for our fans. The week leading up to that draft lottery, which is the one before Austin Matthews, which you were there for, Steve.
I was.
He said this about Connor McDavid. I watch him too much, and I think too much about him. I wish I could help myself. That's what Jack Eichel walked into. So before his draft day, Jack Eichel knows he'll never be Connor McDavid. Now let's run down some stats. His career in Buffalo, 355 points in 375 games. 139 of those are goals. He is the team captain at 22. He involves himself in the community, as we saw last night when they thanked him with the video.
Mm-hmm.
And he commits to the team long term. And this is a team that, while he played for them, never finished higher than 3rd last in the division. They finished last or 2nd last in the division 4 of the 6 seasons he was with them. Jack led the team in scoring 4 of those 6 seasons. And the only reason he didn't on the other 2 seasons is he was a rookie or he was injured. Remember, one of those teams was Ryan O'Reilly saying he lost his passion for the game of hockey. He was traded And then he won a cup with the Blues.
And Conn Smythe.
And it's Conn Smythe. Yeah, that's right. Most valuable player in the playoffs.
No passion.
The Sabres have had 9 general managers in their 40-plus year history, which is impressively low. Impressively low.
Yeah.
Jack played for 3 of them in 6 seasons.
That's wild.
He had 4 coaches in 6 seasons. 4 coaches in 6 seasons. One of them was Ralph Kruger, who wasn't even coaching hockey when they hired him.
No, they liked him, though.
He was coaching soccer, and they brought him in because they thought he was a good guy and a good motivator. I'm sorry, he's a good guy?
Ted Lasso.
Disastrous. And the only other
Believe.
season that Ralph Kruger had coached in the NHL was with the disastrous Edmonton Oilers. And that season was a disaster. He was on the NHL All-Rookie team, went to 3 All-Star games, runner-up for the Calder.
Only 3?
Only 3.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy, right? And after all that, the Sabres say, no, sorry, you can't get the neck surgery you want. You're going to have to do it the way we want. Now, an organization run that poorly can't even get out of the basement of their own division 4 out of 6 years. Are you going to trust your medical information and take advice from them?
I wouldn't
No.
trust the Buffalo Sabres with a coffee run.
They couldn't even get 2 sugars.
Yeah.
That's a lot of sugar.
It's too much.
Yeah.
They couldn't get 1 sugar.
Spicy even.
You know what? I would say 2 Splendas then, if we're going to be healthy about
Fine.
this.
Yeah.
An organization that runs this poorly asks you to permanently change your neck for the rest of your life. You're telling me you'd say yes? Now, the Pagulas, Sabres management, past and present, and Sabres fans who booed last night in that building or at home, you should be embarrassed. Why would anybody come to play for you after you treat the best Sabre since Dominic Hasek like that? Why would anybody want to sign there? Unless they absolutely fucking had to. I can't find a job anywhere else. I guess I got to be a Sabre, Taylor Hall. I blew my long-term deal with another team, so I got to sign and be a Sabre, Taylor Hall. That's what happened with
Peyton
Taylor Hall.
Krebs says hello.
Oh, listen, Peyton Krebs was traded there.
Yeah,
Peyton
but
Krebs
he
didn't
wanted
choose
he
Buffalo.
wanted to go to Buffalo. That's the thing. And he
Listen.
liked it.
Are you talking about Alex Tuck?
Sorry,
Alex
Tuck.
Tuck.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Peyton Krebs.
I was like,
Alex
he
Tuck.
did?
Sorry.
Yeah.
sorry.
And I think he grew up there, didn't he?
Rochester?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
My
it's
bad,
not
Alex Tuck.
it's not Jack's fault that the Sabres ownership group did not care when he was there. Just like, and by the way, I'm calling out Leaf fans who were booing Phil Kessel last night. It's not Phil Kessel's fault that Leafs ownership did not care while he was here.
Also, still?
Yeah, I know.
Still?
Show Jack Eichel some respect. For some reason, this guy was willing to get married to you, and you drove him off anyway.
Now,
8-year contract, and you drove him out of town.
some people are like, well, he wanted out long before the neck surgery. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? They've gotten rid of everybody. And the only reason I've been positive with the Buffalo Sabres this season is because the bar
It's 'cause
is
you're being nice.
so low. I am. I'm being nice. I'm moving the goalposts.
You're being
for
nice
you.
to the good Sabres fans, of which they are the majority.
You're shooting into a soccer net here. And sometimes it still goes wide. They're under 25th in the NHL and have been for most of the season. But because their rank
Most of the decade, Steve.
But because their rank in the league this season doesn't start with a 3, I've considered it to be a positive. The bar is still way too low for this organization. They're making some moves in the right direction. But I tell you what would probably help right now, having a guy like Jack Eichel.